US President Donald Trump signals a potential shift in America's tech export policy, telling reporters that he's working to approve the sale of advanced US AI chips to Saudi Arabia. And this comes as the kingdom commits to a massive investment push into the US economy, promising up to $1 trillion in new funding. Well, President Trump on Tuesday welcomed Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to the White House, praising him as a longtime friend and an extremely respected man. Well, during their meeting, Trump said that Saudi Arabia has agreed to invest $600 billion into the United States, adding that the number could even rise higher.
I think I already know my choice. And I want to thank you because you've agreed to invest $600 billion into the United States. And because he's my friend, he might make it $1 trillion, but I'm going to have to work on him. But it's 600. We can count on 600 billion, but that number could go up a little bit higher, yes.
Well, moments later, Crown Prince Salman confirmed that increase, publicly raising the U.S. investment commitment to almost $1 trillion. He said the deals would span sectors including technology, artificial intelligence, and multiple industrial projects, creating what he called real investment and real opportunity.
I believe, Mr. President, today and tomorrow we're going to announce that we are going to increase that $600 billion to almost $1 trillion of investment, real investment and real opportunity by details in many areas. And the agreement that we are signing today in many areas in technology, in AI, in earth materials, magnet, etc., that will create a lot of investment opportunities.
The Crown Prince added that the United States remains the hottest country on the planet for investment. But the biggest policy signal came when a reporter asked whether Washington had approved export licenses for advanced US chips to Saudi Arabia, which are crucial for powering the kingdom's massive AI ambitions.
Mr. President, have you approved the export licenses for advanced chips to Saudi Arabia? The export licenses?
We are working on that. We're negotiating that right now. Marco, do you want to talk about that, or Scott?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's part of what we may have announcements on that later today. But that's what we've been working on is the mechanics by which something like that could be achieved. And it's part of the broader process, part of this broader engagement and cooperation between our two countries.
Sure.
Well, Saudi Arabia says it isn't seeking symbolic deals, but genuine long-term tech capacity. Bin Salman revealed that Saudi Arabia alone expects to spend around $50 billion in the short term to purchase US semiconductors for domestic AI computing needs. Over the long term, he says that the number will rise into the hundreds of billions as the kingdom builds a massive AI infrastructure.
Saudi Arabia have a huge demand of, a huge need of computing power, and we're going to spend in the short term around $50 billion by consuming those semiconductors for our needs in Saudi Arabia. And with the agreement that we're going to have with the United States of America, that will allow us to focus that consuming power in the short term by $50 billion from the United States of America, and long term with hundreds of billions of dollars in the long term.
And for more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report from New York. Listen in.
Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman received a near-state visit welcome at the White House on Tuesday. At the center of this visit, locking in a new U.S.-Saudi strategic framework. The Saudi Crown Prince said that his country will be advancing with a $1 trillion investment spanning AI, advanced computing, energy infrastructure, and critical minerals. This despite Saudi Arabia facing a cash squeeze at home and the $1 trillion being nearly equal to the kingdom's entire yearly economic output. Defense also made major headlines. President Trump confirmed that the U.S. will sell F-35 fighter jets to Saudi Arabia as part of what the White House calls the largest defense sale in American history, a move facing pushback from pro-Israeli groups who warn it could erode Israel's military edge in the region. On the Saudis joining the Abraham Accords, MBS reiterated support for a two-state solution as the basis for future normalization of ties with Israel. For the U.S. and the American people, this visit signals a deepening economic and security partnership with one of Washington's most powerful Middle Eastern allies, one that could reshape U.S. jobs, defense manufacturing, AI supply chains, and America's broader strategic footprint in the region for decades to come. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.